Yeah, well, the sun is up. It's an awesome day to be out and about with family, with friends, and doing what you do, doing what you like. And sadly, you find yourself stuck in a situation that is less ideal. But then you start thinking, you start thinking to yourself that how do we allow the wheels to go off? How do we allow the wheels to turn in the wrong direction? Because mainly things happen because we allow them to happen, be it as individuals, be it as a community, as a family, as a country. I mean, nobody has a right to anybody's life. Everybody has got a right to their own life. Everybody has got a right to do what suits them. It gets to a point where you make certain decisions, like, I want to marry, for instance. I want to have a child. I mean, those decisions changes everything, really. Let's not kid ourselves and think that you can continue being yourself, doing you how you want you to do you, or you can continue acting and behaving in a way that only pleases you once you are in a marriage, once you are in a position where you are a parent. You are a co-parent, basically. You've got a mother that's parenting alongside you, or you have a father that's parenting alongside you. You have situations where the co-parent is absent, but that does not necessarily mean you can do you and do you how you want to do you, because then there's also the aspect of the child. The child has got rights. The child has got certain requirements and needs. Then how do we then filter that? Do we have a transition period where we go from being selfish? I mean, selfishness is good because then you get to take care of you get to take care of what belongs to you. But that selfishness needs to get to a point where you can make room, for lack of a better word, make space, for lack of a better word, for that child who has needs, for that wife who has needs, for that husband who has needs that needs to be addressed. Not that they become top priority, not that they become more important than yours, but they are there and they need to be addressed. So do we even know how to transition from being single, selfish individuals to team members who are now operating within the dynamics of being a co-parent and the dynamic of being a partner, be it in a marriage or in a relationship? The reason I'm bringing this up is because by the time you want to go and complain to a third force, in this case being the Department of Justice, the Department of Justice then becomes a player in a team that should have otherwise been given a chance to operate. I feel that whenever we go and we get that all-important protection order, at times we don't see the bigger picture. Well, my question now would be, as a husband, as a man who's sitting there with a piece of paper, a protection order, or as a wife or a co-parent, man or woman, sitting there with a piece of paper, written protection order, what does it say to you? Does it say to you, this is a paper that's helping me build the team? Does it say to you, this is a paper that's helping me become a better parent? Or are you just sitting there excitedly thinking, I got him, I got her? Are you sitting there with that idiotic smile thinking, this is going to help me build my life forward, help me get what I want? Are you looking at the bigger picture? Are you looking at what next? Are you looking at the simple fact that you have just now brought in the government into your relationship? Obviously, it says you failed in your relationship. Look, your wife might have abused you over time, and now you feel enough is enough, but does getting a protection order become the solution? Or does you packing out and leaving become the solution? Do you get a protection order to stay in a situation you don't like with the help of the government? Or do you get a protection order for your life, for your safety, for the safety of your son, for your safety of your daughter, for the safety from your husband, for the safety from your wife? What are you getting a protection order for? What does the protection order give you? This is assuming that this particular protection order, it's not about someone who's come to your office, demanded to see you, harassed you in public. It's not about somebody who comes into the house and wakes you up in the middle of the night and beats you up, and you've got nowhere to go. You're unemployed. You don't have options. This is the protection order where you work. You've got your own employment. You've got options. Going back to your own home, for instance, or going and finding your own place. This is a protection order where you are an adult with options, but instead of choosing to be adult and work on your options, you get a protection order. Is it about you now, that protection order, or is it about making the next person suffer? Well, we have to thank our legal system, our courts for that as well, to say they do not really give us the chance to look at alternatives. They say to us, walk through the door, we'll give you what you want. Protection orders are not there to help you get the best results out of the situation. They are there to help you mess up your life. In the 7 years that I've been working with mostly men and a few women, I have yet to see one protection order that yielded any real protection and that improved any man's or any woman's life. Maybe there's a few out there, but for the kind of challenges that I've seen, that I've managed to mediate, not at all. So what are we really looking to do with this piece of paper, if not to further exacerbate, if not to further build our own case for our own selfish reasons? And I mean, point in question here, the partner to my brother initiated divorce proceedings last year, which means to me, logically, if her well-being was important and everything else was important, something could have happened between then and now. Okay, perhaps things happened and she didn't gather the strength to do that. I find funny is that she recently got a job. She hasn't been working all these years. Now she's got a job, which means she's more empowered to even find a place of her own, as a follow-up to the divorce proceedings that she started. But instead of that happening,